Good afternoon, folks. This is Lincoln Kenobi here, and today we have an article on. We have two articles today. We got one, and there's two that are involving Sweet Baby Inc. And here are the titles. And the titles are: Sweet Baby Inc. employee admits goal is burning the games industry to the ground, and another one is going to be. Let me see. Stand by 1 minute. I'm sorry. Sweet Baby Inc. removes Square Enix from its clients list on its website. This one is interesting that I just read and I just looked at. And I'm going to leave this last so you can see what we're talking about here. So, stand by 1 minute. Let me do a little something here. Maybe I can make it easier for me. All right, stand by 1 minute. All right. Here we go. Yeah, I kind of figured that's what I was going to do. So here we go. Let's get down to the article. Sweet Baby employee named Cameron Wild, who claims to be non-binary, admitted that his goal is burning the games industry to the ground. In a presentation titled "How to Get Away with Murder: Subverting Gender Expectations" at the Game Developers of Color Expo discovered by YouTuber Kirsch, will introduce himself saying he is a narrative designer and sensitive reader with a company called Sweet Baby Inc. Wild, who according to Moby Games worked on Tales of Kenzara, Zao, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Alan Wake 2, The Crew, Mortarfest, Kingdom 80s, God of War Ragnarok, and then declare the stories we tell each other are way more than entertainment. They are how we create debate and preserve our collective values and beliefs, and we can and should make better, more expansive, more representational content. Then is a slide titled "Cool, so why am I here?" One of the bullet points states, "Burning the games industry to the ground." See, look at this, man. While in the next slide titled "So why am I still here?" one of the bullet points states, "To prove that space where witnesses doesn't have to live is where some of the best stories are told." Wild explained a lot of us who are really fighting for more inclusive games and storytelling don't have a choice when it comes to discomfort. A lot of us who are just existing don't have a choice, which makes this really hard often. But often started realizing that discomfort or the place where witnesses doesn't have to live is where some of the best stories are told. And it's where January storytelling lives. Okay, here's the deal, bro. Here's my deal with this. If you want to make a game with diverse, with woke, all that nonsense, bro, go do a game title. Now, I'm sure you've done these certain game titles, but I'm not talking about you trying to. I mean, you did Suicide Squad. Look what happened with that one. Look at Tales of Kenzari. Look what happened with that one. The Crew, Alan Wake 2, Mortarfest, Kingdom Hearts. But let me say this: God of War Ragnarok. I did play the game. Yes, there was controversy about them changing one of the characters into race swapping one of the characters. I forgot the person's name, but despite that, the game was good. I enjoyed it. But all these other titles, I do not know. But Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, it flunked badly, especially Alan Wake 2. But the other ones, I don't know. But it's like this: they're trying to go into these certain franchises and try to kill it. But what they could have done was they could have just created their own game. I mean, look at Concord. Concord made a massive failure. It was a massive failure. And it got canceled after 2 weeks. And gave everyone that purchased it a full refund. What that tells you right there that it's not going to work. So, later in the presentation, Wow explains why Blazing Saddles is his favorite film. The reason why I love it, beyond some truly Mel Brooksian slapstick humor and fart jokes, Blazing Saddles is extremely aware of social inequality and finds its humor in that darkness, which means I can laugh in a way that is cathartic. I don't know what that is. I can't pronounce it. It's a movie that isn't making jokes about me, but for me, and I think that's really awesome because you can tell, just tell in the text, but it's also a fact that Brooks worked with black writers to make sure the jokes came at the expense of whiteness and chipped away in absurd society heresy. It's deliberately and unexpectedly a narrative that contributes to the liberation of people like me. It isn't respectful, it's offensive. But yeah, it offends the right people, which is to me the point of truly incisive international intentional genre work. Give me a break, man. In the iconic moment during the presentation, Wilde did share a nugget of truth. Ultimately, if you're telling a story that misses its audience, that doesn't ring true, or fails to cut the right direction, the problem isn't that it's just insensitive. The problem is it's bad. However, then he points to Django Unchained being an example of this. While explaining this point of view, Wilde stated, so a context-free version of art is supposed to make people uncomfortable, as in auditor Quentin Tarantino feels like someone who grasps after edginess when they don't really have any human tragedy to explore the depths of. They don't understand that growth comes from trauma, sure, but it also comes from joy. He holds a no pain, no gain mentality that I think it's unshakably rooted in white supremacist patriarchal values, Will asserted. The presentation then turns into a takedown of Tarantino and with Wilde stating, "I don't think Tarantino's work does need to be ridiculed out of existence, and that he specifically has to be addressed in any discussion of that work because Tarantino is capable of filmmaking, but the genre he's chosen with Django is blaxploitation, and why I have my own pet theories." Wilde continued, "Personally, I think it's the same thing we see with non-black act creator who thinks that black people are cool but can't really examine the covious nature of their feelings or their own role in the black stories. People who in life met a black person that lay wanted to follow blank or befriend and never resolve it. The equivalent of a little boy pulling a little girl's pigtails, but it's a white filmmaker in black paint." After about 10 minutes of reviewing Django Unchained and comparing it to Blazing Saddles, Wilde declared, "Arguably, Django Unchained should never have existed because the truth is some stories are not yours to tell. Unless you're willing to step out of the limelight as a white person, you aren't equipped to tell a story about a black experience. However, if you're willing to put your own ego aside, well, you can go ahead and make Blazing Saddles something great." He then wrapped up the entire presentation by sharing that good January starts with representation on the creative team. The foundations of the project must be solid. Wilde also claims that the identity of your characters, specifically your heroes, must define their challenges in a narrative, but it also must also define their triumphs. Finally, Wilde claims that good genre must consider its relationship to power. Man, this guy's a joke, bro. This guy's a joke of what he's done, what he wanted to do. So, there's nothing to me. You tell me what you guys think of this, man. You guys let me know. All right, let's discuss this other article that we've got. So, Sweet Baby Inc. removes Square Enix from its client list on its website. So, previously, Square Enix was listed in the middle of the second row on the company's list of clients between Ubisoft and Warner Brothers games. So here it is right here. This is Ubisoft. This is Sweet Baby Inc.'s clients right now. You got Xbox Game Studios, Santa Monica Studio. There's Ubisoft. There's Square Enix, Warner Brothers, Bingie, Rocksteady, Co-op, Deck Nine. I think it's Wizard Entertainment. Remedy, I know Remedy. I remember them. I remember these people right here. And now it looks like their Square Enix is no longer to be found. So it is unclear why Sweet Baby Inc. removed Square Enix from its client list. However, an investor for Square Enix questioned the company about its relationship with Sweet Baby Inc. during the recent earnings report. As reported on X, user Ms. Kisutu investor questioned, I'm personally happy about the shift from quantity to quality. I hope good titles will come out in the future. I'm concerned about the Canadian consulting company Sweet Baby. And Square Enix is listed as a client, but is there actually a transaction there? What kind of transaction is it? Will they continue to do so in the future? Square Enix president Takashi Kiryu responded, I would like to refrain from making specific comments about individual clients. As we shift from quantity to quality, providing content that is enjoyable and safe for our customers. It is also part of what makes a product fun. We will do our best as creators. Square Enix previously worked with consultancy group Black Girl Gamers, or for Unspoken. It did not turn out well for the company. Square Enix representative director Yosuke Matsuda admitted the game's sales were not good during the company's financial results briefing. He said, reviews of Forspoken, which we released on January 24th, have been challenging. However, the game has also received positive feedback on its action features, including its parkour and combat capabilities, so it has yielded results that will lead to improvement of our development capabilities of other games in the future. Next, he discussed the game's sales. That said, its sales have been lackluster, and while the performance of new titles with February and March release dates will it be the ultimate determinant, we see considerable downside risk to our FY 2023 earnings. Square Enix shut down the game's developer Luminous Production and absorbed it into the company at large. Luminous Productions announced it was reshuttering in February 2023. Yeah, man, they were the company that did Forspoken, and once that game went out and it failed, they lost it. Their company went down the train. Yeah, man, this this thing has not been looking good right now. A possible reason why Square Enix is no longer listed as a client is that it committed to getting back to quality games and engaging with its customers honestly. Square Enix announced a new corporate philosophy of creating unforgettable experiences and putting a focus on delivering ensured fun by shifting from quantity to quality after its profits declined 70% by embracing woke video consultants like Black Girl Gamers. Finally, Square Enix has learned. That's one company that's learned something. So, one thing is clear, not associating with Sweet Baby Inc. and its vision to wokeify video games and the video industry is a good thing. However, Square Enix likely has its own problems internally, as it has embraced woke ideology, specifically transgender ideology, is in its upcoming Dragon Quest III remake, as it has removed male and female identifiers and is instead using body type A and body type B. Bishop Michael Baldridge explains how this works. Those asserting a transgender identity and seeking the transition often adopt new names and pronouns that reflect their desired identity, and insists that others must use the chosen names and pronouns. Such use might seem innocuous and even appear to be an innocent way of signaling love and acceptance of a person. In reality, however, it presents a profound crisis. We can never say something contrary to what we know to be true. To use names and pronouns that contradict a person's God given identity is to speak falsely. He adds, the faithful should avoid using gender affirming terms or pronouns that convey approval of or reinforce that person's rejection of the truth. It is not harsh or judgmental to decline to use such language. In no circumstances should anyone be compelled to use language contrary to the truth. The right to speak the truth inheres in the human person. It cannot be taken away by any human institution, attempts by the state, corporations, or employers to compel such language, particularly by threats of legal action or job loss or unjust. Yeah, man, Sweet Baby Inc. They have done too much damage to certain companies, man. I mean, look at Ubisoft right now. Ubisoft is going through a lot right now. They are going through a lot. Star Wars Outlaws lost money. And now Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Shadows has been delayed to 2025, next year in February. It's not looking good, bro. I'm hoping these companies learn their lesson fast. Microsoft needs to get themselves out of there, bro. So, we're going to see, bro. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think about this, bro. If you like the video, hit the like button. Share this video. Post a comment below. Let me know what you think of these two articles. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. Alright, you guys. Catch you guys later. Bye for now.